Nobody's on yet, so I'm waiting for folks to come on and join me. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I did my last TikTok live on August 29th this year, a couple months, well, yeah, last month. And I have done over 500 TikTok lives. So now TikTok is changing their rules, and I don't think I'll be able to follow them. And plus, they are increasing the cost to subscribe. So now I am doing my lives right here on YouTube. But it's been very slow going. This is only my 10th live that I've done here on YouTube. I did my first one on September 1st, Monday, September 1st. When I was on TikTok, I did my lives Sunday through Friday. Now I moved over to, and I did lives, I did my first one on TikTok on November 15th, 2023. So it was coming up on 2 years that I was doing TikTok lives, and I love doing them. Now I'm doing my lives on YouTube. Same lives. Is that you, Shells? I don't know who it is, so. Is that you, Shell Stir? Okay, but I'm doing my lives now. I started doing my YouTube lives on September 1st, just 10 days ago. So this is my 10th YouTube live. And so far, it's been very slow going. I am very patient. And like I said, this is only my 10th YouTube live. I love doing these lives because I share advice. I'm 81 years old. My name is Joyce Fields, for you, those of you who, there are only two people on here. I don't know if one of them is you, Shells. So let me know. And let me know how you learned that I was doing, that's you, that I was doing this live. YouTube says that I have 8 people on here. So I would like to know how people are being informed that I am doing a live. I left, oh, okay. I understand. I left TikTok because they were changing the rules and also increasing the cost to subscribe. So subscribing is free here on YouTube. I think that subscribers on YouTube are called followers on TikTok. So on TikTok, I had almost 54,000 followers. That blows my mind. I'm 81 years old, and I didn't dream that I would have 1,000 followers. So, oh, good, thank you. Yeah, yeah. So I never dreamed that I would have 1,000 followers, and it's 54,000, and it's still growing. Hi, Nael. It's still growing because I still post on TikTok. I won't abandon my almost 50, and it's still growing, almost 54,000 followers. I won't abandon them. I'm going to post every day, but I'll do my lives only here on YouTube. And it's real tough trying to get subscribers, y'all. I thank you for subscribing. And subscription is free here, so. Oh, good. I pride myself on pronouncing unusual names. I love unusual names. Our son's name is Encanto, Mkonto, Encanto. So, Nael, yeah. No politics or religion. I don't go into politics or religion. Okay, so now I do these lives. I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. A lot of people, a lot of y'all are making choices and decisions that are making your lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. And I share advice that will help you to, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Hide and go, see. And so the advice that I share will help you to do just that. Now, 4 pillars. Like I told you, I do not discuss politics. Shelster, put that person in timeout, please. I do not discuss politics or religion on my lives. I share 4 pillars of advice. And if you want to listen, they probably will help you as well. I share the 4 pillars that I share. Hola. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how to do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. And if you are raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. People can use this advice if you are 10 years old or older, so stay tuned. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you how you teach yourself patience. But now I'm on pillar number 3. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. I don't deal with politics or religion on my live, and my moderators will put you in timeout, mute you, or block you, or do whatever if you continue doing that, okay? So, and I consider that trolling to me, and that's y'all's word. But I don't deal with politics or religion. I deal with 4 pillars of advice that will help you to improve your life. Okay, so now, no, ain't no about no relax. I am relaxed. Okay. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. And during all of the pillars that I discuss, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because one of my viewers in my over 500 TikTok lives said, these, quote, these visuals are so helpful, unquote. Okay? So that is why I call them helpful hand visuals. And what they are, I use my hands along with the words coming out of my mouth to communicate to y'all philosophies, ideas, examples, all of that from my mind to y'all's mind. Okay? So now that is pillar number 3. And when I get to pillar number 3, I do a helpful hand visual that will blow your mind. It will blow some of your minds. When I did it the first time, it was this year in one of my lives. It blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals. So you can leave. So Spirit gives them to me. And when I get to that one, it'll probably blow a lot of y'all's minds too. Now, pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now back to pillar number 1. And excuse me, I gotta get some tea here. Hold on, excuse me. Still hot. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. There are only two attitudes that you can have. Yeah, only two. A negative attitude, a positive attitude. That's it. Two. I don't know if you ever thought about it, but there are only two attitudes that you can have. Two of them. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. You do not choose to have a negative attitude, I don't think. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and the positive attitude is a choice that you make for real. You make it on purpose. You make that choice on purpose. You make that choice deliberately. You make that choice consciously. Positive attitude. Now, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost automatically will have a negative attitude, or you'll lean towards the negative. A positive attitude is a choice that you make. And the way you make that choice is you write a program. You write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. Say it out loud. And here is what you say. I don't deal with religion or politics on my live, so no religion, Jesus, or anything else like that. I don't like either one. So no religion, no politics. So now, positive attitude. When you decide that you are going to develop and maintain a positive attitude, you write a program. And the way you write a program is you say it out loud. Say it out loud. And this is the program that you write, and this is what you say out loud. Here you go. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means I don't care what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago, yesterday, last week, whatever. When you write that program and say those words out loud, a lot of people will say, you say it in your mind. No, Joyce Fields says to say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that is one element that you're using, just one. When you say it out loud, that's three elements that you're using. Okay, so my moderators are going to take care of you. So you don't come on my lives talking about politics or politicians or religion. So you will be blocked or muted or whatever. Okay, so positive attitude. It's always about a positive attitude with me. And people that try to aggravate you and all of that, it doesn't bother me. It reflects on you. You know, I think that that's a sad person that tries to intimidate, bully, insult, or do anything to other people. You have to have a better use of your time. So now, I'm going to help you, Shelster. So I'm going to start removing people that and I'm going to start removing the people who do this kind of stuff. Yes, it does, Hakeem. That's exactly what it is. You are reprogramming your own self, you see? So here's what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. It is a choice. It's a choice. You actually choose. You deliberately. Oh yeah, they are. I feel sorry for them. I truly do. It's such a waste of of time, for them. And I feel sad for them. They should be doing things to help make the world a better place, you see? Yeah. So, no, I pray for the whole world. Now, a positive attitude versus a negative attitude. All you have to do is write the program. And what I told you, when people say you say it in your mind, that's only one element. When you say it out loud, that's three elements. Three, y'all. You speak the words out of your mouth, you hear the words with your ears, and the words get plastered into your psyche. Yes. Three elements as opposed to one. So I say it out loud. And this is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. It's just that simple. When you say those words, you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency. So you see? Okay, I don't deal with any of the silliness. So I only want people on my live who are interested in the advice that I share, and I have plenty of people that are interested. I have done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. And my moderators send me screenshots of some of the comments that people make. So if you're on TikTok, go over to TikTok and look at my page, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. And then you'll see the comments that I post there. I have a lot of really positive, useful, helpful content over on TikTok. And I have some also over here on YouTube. So, tell me about manifestation, the best one. I don't know what you're talking about, so I subscribe. I hope you have a good day. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'm born in Detroit, Michigan, right across the river. So thanks for your subscription. And come back if you're leaving. Okay, I live in it's so good. Okay, all right. Very good morning to you as well. And thank you for joining and thank you for subscribing. So, positive attitude, negative attitude. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. I am going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. This is what a negative attitude looks like. Good morning. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. And in the meantime, all of these are positive elements running over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. These are positive elements. They are always flying through the universe, always. But they are always flying over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. Now, once you write that program and once you say, here's what you say in your program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say that, you increase your frequency, you raise it, you raise your vibration. It is really something to see and feel. Now, here's what's going to happen to you. I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to show you what happens when you say those words. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens. Now, you see? What was flying over your heads is now making contact with your psyche. You see that? Did I successfully transmit or communicate that helpful hand visual to y'all to the point where you saw what I was talking about? How positive things start happening to you when you raise your vibration, when you raise your frequency? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Some says I got 6 people on here. Okay. Yes. I don't preach, I share. So I'll say teacher. That's good. Yeah, I used to do I did over 500 TikTok lives. Yeah, I'm 81 years old. Age ain't nothing but a number. Yes, so. Hi, Shinka. Yeah. Did I convey that helpful hand visual to y'all accurately? Did I convey that to the point where you understood it? Okay, come on, give me some responses. Did I convey that helpful hand visual? Oh, thanks, Penda. Oh yeah, I do. I take vitamins. I do herbs and spices. I'm not on any kind of pharmaceuticals. Me and my man have been together for 68 years since we were both 13 years old. He'll be 82 on the 22nd of this month. And excuse me, I got to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I turned 81 on February 4th. I'm so happy to be 81 years old, or 81 years wiser, as I was recently told. Yes, 81. People say I don't look it. I don't know how 81 is supposed to look. People, I don't feel it. I don't know how 81 is supposed to feel. I do a workout just about every day. I do bicep curls with 5-pound weights. I do squats. I do 30 squats. I do 50 of the bicep curls. I do 50 of the turning your waist so you keep your waist trim. I do I do all kinds of exercises. I even have a YouTube video. I did that one about 3 years ago, and it's easy workout with Grandma J. Okay. Thank you. I like to believe that as well. Yes. Thank you, the stars, or something of the stars. You have beautiful soul that makes you young. Thank you very much. I don't feel like I'm 81. I don't know how 81 is supposed to feel, for one thing. So now I'm telling y'all, when you develop and maintain a positive attitude, all kinds of positive things happen to you. Portals open, doors open, windows open. All kinds of positive things come into your life. So nothing good ever came from having a negative attitude. I don't have time to read those long questions or long comments. I don't have time. I'm rushed for 90 minutes I have to share the advice that I have to share with y'all. But I do not have time to read those questions or respond or to read those comments. So don't put those long comments in because I'm not reading them. I want to share the advice that I have that I want to share with y'all, okay? Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. And I tell you exactly how you do that, but I also tell you how you can do that with toddlers if you're raising toddlers. Pillar number 3, stay calm. And pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, all of that. So stay tuned, and I'll tell you what the 4 words are when I get to that 4th pillar. So now, a lot of y'all don't think about the fact that nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You ever think about that? I think about all those kinds of things. So that I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to ask you a question. And all I want is responses that say no. So here is the question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? That's why I said, oh, thank you, Nina. I appreciate it. And I only want no responses that say no. Those of you who have been on my lives already, you already know the answer. So you can just sit there and smile because you already know the answer. So thank you, Nina, for that no. And I'm looking for more people to say no. The question is, did you know or do you know that you live your life by a ratio? That's why I said that most people don't know that they live their lives by a ratio. Nobody can have a 100% positive attitude. Nobody can have a 100% negative attitude. So therefore, it's a ratio. Now, if you didn't know you live your life by a ratio, you probably lean towards the negative. I said probably. Okay, so now, no, that's not what it is, Flab, whatever. So here is what a ratio is. Now, I'm going to tell you what it is, exactly what it is, and how you use it. A ratio is a simple tool, a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. A ratio is a very simple tool that will help you to better control your life. It is controlled only by you. It is set only by you. It is adjustable only by you. Okay? Now, if you set it too high, you can lower it. And if you set it too low, you can raise it. Okay? I'm telling y'all right now, I do not read those long comments, so don't bother putting, I'm here to share the advice that I have to share with y'all. So, here is what your ratio is. It's a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Okay? You set it. You can raise it if it's too low. You can lower it if it's too high. Here is my ratio. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. It doesn't belong to me. Anybody can use the 80-20 ratio. I've done lives, many lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. This is my 10th YouTube live. Excuse me. I started doing my YouTube lives on September 1st. So my ratio is 80-20. I've had many lives where people have chosen 75-25. I'm here on YouTube now. So 60-40, whatever. You can change your ratio. Now, my ratio is 80-20. I don't own it. Anybody can use 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I am very happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I can be okay. You see, I did not say I was happy being in the negative attitude mode. Now, back over to the positive attitude mode. 80% of the time, I do what is, no, 80% of the time, I start first with my honoring my programs. I honor the programs that I write. For instance, that program. From now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That is my life's statement. That is the statement for my entire life. Okay? 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, hi Riley, I do what is right, what is fair, what is kind, what is considerate, all of those positive things, you see. Now, 20% of the time, in that negative attitude mode, that I chose 20%. So you can choose whatever percentage you want. But 20% of the time, if you choose 80-20, it means that you're the same way. Now, that 20% of the time when you're in the negative attitude mode, it's fine as long as it does not include physical abuse. That means you cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. Cannot include verbal abuse. That means you cannot cuss anybody out. That means you cannot insult anybody. And thanks to one of my TikTok viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I included that. So it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So that's what I included. So 3 things you cannot do when you are in your negative attitude mode. You cannot be physically abusive. You can't hit anybody. You can't throw things. You cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And number 3, you cannot use an ugly tone of voice. Don't go there. Don't have that anger in the first place. Stay tuned, Riley. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't have that anger in the first place. Ha! Yeah. Okay. I hope you can stay tuned because that's in pillar number 3 and 4. And I'm just on pillar number 1. Okay. So now, where was I? You can't cuss anybody out. You can't use an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it, okay? So that is my ratio. Now, did I convey that to y'all accurately enough? Can you use that ratio? Will you do a ratio for yourself and use it? Give me some responses. Yeah, these are Ankh earrings, A-N-K-H. You can look it up. Give me some responses, y'all. Can y'all use that ratio example that I gave you? Okay, I'm looking here. Yeah, you can look it up. I am of African descent. Okay. It is not cultural appropriation. It's funny how petty some of y'all can be. You know, y'all really need to listen to the advice that I share. It will really help you to improve your life, to undifficult your life. Y'all are off into other people's business too much. You should be working on you. You got that? Yeah. So y'all are off into other people's business too much. You should be working on yourself. Developing and maintaining a positive attitude. If you're working on yourself, you won't have time to look at and criticize and critique or whatever other people. Mind your own business. Okay? So now, positive attitude. Now, a lot of y'all have a negative attitude and you don't even know it. You understand? Now, if you haven't decided to develop and maintain a positive attitude, you probably lean towards the negative attitude. Okay? So, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Okay? All right, I'm going to get rid of you. Okay. That person's gone. I don't put up with the BS on my lives, so y'all don't be arguing with each other on my live. If you're here on my live, just listen to the advice that I share. Appreciate the advice that I share. Otherwise, goodbye. You don't have to be here, and I don't want you here if you're going to be ugly. You understand? Okay, so now, Cuba, let's see, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to put you in timeout. I don't want that kind of stuff. I'm going to put you in timeout for 1 minute. Okay. I'll put you in timeout for 1 minute. Don't do that kind of stuff on my live, okay? If you continue, I will remove you. Anybody that keeps doing that kind of stuff will be removed. I only want people on my live who are serious about their attitudes, about increasing their patience, about learning how to stay calm and the advantages of staying calm, and learning the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay, thank you, Clipper. Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing. And they're very immature. So, but I'm either going to put them in timeout and see if they continue it, or that's what I want you to do too, Shelster. Put them in timeout first. If they continue doing that, then remove them completely. Okay. So now here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And these words will, they describe personality traits, personality characteristics. So if you have a lot of these, then you can make the decision or the choice to change and develop and maintain a positive attitude. So that's what the program says. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. From now on, you see, that means it doesn't matter where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, doesn't matter where your attitude was yesterday or last week. From now on, that means from this point forward, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You see, that's all you need to do. And I'm also going to read you the words that will help you to identify, or if you want to include these positive things in your life. So I'm going to read you a list of those words as well. So now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, ego. Now back up to the top of the list. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger? Who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who's full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm going to move on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? Do you know people who are dishonest? Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? That is negative. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. Just like you never heard the ratio before, I'm going to tell you something else that you probably never heard before. If you are full of resentment and if you are holding grudges against other people, hey, Luke, you are living in the past. You hear me? You are living in the past because you are carrying something, you are holding on to something that happened. It's past tense. There is nothing that the people that did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. It already happened. It's in the past. And if you hold on to it, it's damaging you. When you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold grudges against people, it creates what I call an internal, invisible burden on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. Look around you, people. Think about the people that you know are full of resentment. You know hold grudges against other people, and it might be you. In a lot of cases, those people are on pharmaceutical medications. In a lot of cases, they are not in good health, even if they're not on pharmaceuticals. In a lot of cases, they are aging not well. You see? They are aging not well. So do not have a negative attitude. Don't do it. It doesn't pay. I want to see here. What is this? Okay. All right, now, you have to forgive. You must forgive them because it's damaging you. I call these things the uglies: anger, regret, lying, resentment, holding grudges. Those are ugly things. When you hold on to them, they damage you. They don't damage the people you're holding the grudges against. They don't damage the people that you're full of resentment towards. They damage you. The uglies damage the insides of the person who holds on to the uglies. That's just the way it works. You must forgive because it already happened and you're still carrying it. It's a load. You're not punishing them because you hold grudges. Oh, I'm going to tell you how you forgive, and it's real simple. You're really in for some really wonderful news tomorrow, for real. Now, you must forgive them, and I don't care who it was, and I don't care what they did. It must be forgiven in order for you to go on with your life in a healthy fashion. You're very unhealthy now. If you're holding resentment and grudges against people, you're living a very unhealthy life. And it will turn on your body eventually. Okay? So, like I said, you have to forgive. Now, I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, hold on. I'm going to put somebody in timeout. I'm going to put you in timeout for 1 minute, Melon. Okay. So, and when you come back, if you're still doing that, you will be removed. And you are the kind of person who really needs to hear what I have to say. I share 4 pillars of advice. So like I was saying, I'm 81 years old, and I've been using this advice since I was about 10. Now, also, I'm 81 years old, and there was no such thing as a text message when I was a kid. No such thing as email or video calls. Now, I'm telling you that to tell you this. You can use any of those technologies to forgive the people that wronged you. But if you do not want to use any of those, if you don't want to have anything else to do with them, nothing, no communication, no nothing, you can forgive them through telling it to the universe. Okay? It's very simple. It's so easy. And I'm going to give you some examples of what has happened on my lives. You can tell it to the universe. Now, some people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell to the no. You do not ever forget. You do not ever forget. No, I'm going to listen, Tricia. Just listen. This is going to help you a lot. So you don't ever forget. So people will say forgive and forget. Don't ever forget. And I can't say never ever. Like I said, all my lives. In all my lives, I say this. I can't say it enough. Never, ever, never, never, ever, never, ever forget what was done to you. Okay? Keep it on the stove, on the back burner. Okay? But don't forget it. Now, you must forgive. Now, people don't think about this. Whatever happened to you, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there. It was there when this happened to you. Now, it brings people up, it kind of shocks people when I say this, because I want to remind y'all that God or the higher power or the universe was there when it happened to you. God or the higher power or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, can read your thoughts right now. Now, when I say that to people, it kind of shakes them up. A lot of people, it kind of shakes them up. Not everybody, but it kind of shakes some people up because it's like a slap. It brings you to consciousness that the higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts. Who you think gave you the mind? You didn't give it to you. Okay? So I'm saying that to say this. The higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, can read your thoughts right now. Now, does that cause any of y'all to seriously consider, hi Ben, seriously consider changing what you're doing, saying, and thinking? Okay? Hey, thinking, okay, come on, give me some responses. Does that cause any of y'all to seriously consider thinking about what you are doing, what you are saying, and what you are thinking, knowing that God or or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts? So I hope that that shakes some people up into the realization that the higher power, or whatever you call it, sees all, knows all. So and then that includes all these people on my live that are trying to get under my skin. That's impossible, you see. I have inner peace. Yeah. You see? No, I don't deal with religion. That's what I said, like whatever you call your higher power. No, I don't deal with that. Now, you're going to be, okay. Message deleted. I don't deal with religion or politics on my lives. Okay, Ben, you're going to be removed. Okay? All right, you're gone. Like I said, I don't deal with that kind of nonsense. And religion and politics are both nonsense as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So, now, where was I? Okay. It's always about a positive attitude. The program that I was telling y'all about forgiveness, you forgive for yourself, not for the person. Oh, yeah, they sure are. They're really bad here on YouTube. Not for the person that did it. You don't forgive for them. You forgive for yourself. Now, The way that you forgive, if you don't want to have anything else to do with them. Oh, and by the way, when you do forgive, it doesn't mean that you go back into their life or they come back into yours. But if that's the way both of you or all of you want it, then that's fine. A lot of people forgive and mend their relationships. So that's wonderful. But if you don't want to have anything else to do with them ever again in your life, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. You say everything out loud. All of the programs that you write, you say them out loud. When you hear yourself say it, it's an extra extra dividend. Okay? No, I don't preach, James. I share. So now, here is how you forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. And just like when you write that program about changing your attitude, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's the program that you write. You say it out loud. And for the same reason, when you say the program that I'm about to tell you right now, you say it out loud because you hear yourself say it. It's 3 senses that you are engaging. So here's what you say. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Now use your hand the way that I use my hand. Thanks, James. Because that symbolizes you're touching the universe, touching spirit, you see? So here's what you say again, out loud. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. You understand? That is all you need to say. Therefore, and I'm going to tell you 4 examples of what has happened on my TikTok lives, because this is only my 10th YouTube live. I started my YouTube lives on September 1st. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. So I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live this past August 29th. It was a Friday. So, and then my first YouTube live was September 1st. So now, 4 examples. The first example, the young lady said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself. You can forgive yourself too. And I immediately burst into tears. The third person was a young man, and he said he forgave, and he felt a shift in his spirit. Yes. So now the 2 that immediately burst into tears, the reason why they immediately burst into tears is because, like I told you, when you hold on to unforgiveness and you hold grudges against other people, it creates an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your fiber, on you, period. So you must forgive. When you forgive, the Shelster calls it's like a pressure release valve. And here's what happens. It goes, psst. That is the sound of that pressure being released. You create pressure in yourself when you carry grudges, when you hold on to resentment. So when you forgive, that's why those 2 burst into tears. That's why that young man felt a shift in his spirit, because you relieve your soul of the burden, you see? So now the 4th one, her name's Patricia. And Patricia had been watching my lives for a certain amount of time, a long time. And she had been holding a grudge, but for 40 years, against her mother. She was holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years, She forgave her mother, and that was like 40 years worth of birthdays and Mother's Days. This past Mother's Day, this past May, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my live, and I can't wait to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can have guests come up on my lives. I need to have 1,000 subscribers, and right now I think I got about 230 right now, so I just started, So she forgave her mother, and she came up as a guest on my live, and she just shared with us this. It warmed my heart. It really made me feel full. I didn't boo-hoo, but I really got full. So it just warmed my heart to know that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother. So that was wonderful. So those are 4 examples. When you forgive, don't be surprised if you immediately burst into tears. And since then, I've had people on my lives to say they forgave and they immediately burst into tears. And that's why, because it's a burden that you're carrying and you release yourself from that burden. Now, I told y'all I was going to read you some words that will help you to develop more of a positive attitude. And here are the words for that: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, faith. You see? So include more of those emotions, more of those endeavors. Try to be more hopeful. Try to have more faith. Try to be more generous. Try to be more truthful. That is the way you combat the negativity. You see? Okay. So now, I've got a lot to cover, so I'm trying to go over what I told you about the ratio. Oh, I'm going to tell you how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. Okay, now, road to sobriety, I do not do religion. If you keep that up, you will be timed out. Okay, I'm going to time you out anyway. I'm going to time you out. And you will be timed out for 1 minute. And if you come back with that religious stuff, you're going to be dismissed, deleted, whatever. Okay, so now, where was I? I'm always talking about positive attitude, negative attitude. I was going to tell you how you write a program to change. Oh, okay, good. Any behavior that you have. Now, I'm going to show you this example. It's not a true example about my own behavior, but it serves the purpose. You'll understand this example. Here, I'm going to give you the behavior, and then I'm going to give you the program that I will write to overcome the behavior. Okay, here's the behavior, and it's not true. Okay. The behavior is, I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here's the program that I write. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies in the next days, weeks, months, whatever, and you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, the ratio that I use, remember the ratio? My ratio is 80-20. And if you use that same ratio, the same will apply to you. 80-20. If you use that ratio, that means that 80% of the time I will eat 10 cookies. You see? 20% of the time, see, that's my wiggle room. That's my wiggle room, y'all. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12. But when you write that program, hey, the real CJ, when you write that program, you won't want to violate it too much of the time. Now, 80% of the time, if you do 80-20 and you still 80% of the time you eat those 10 cookies, it's okay if you go 20% of the time you'll eat 11, 20% of the time you eat 12. But when you write programs, you will feel kind of weird about violating them. So therefore, when you write that program, but you'll also know that you got room to go up or wherever, you see? So did I convey that accurately? That program that you write to change you can change only your behavior. You can't change other people's behaviors. And I think that's a big part of what's wrong in this world. People are so busy trying to change other people's behaviors. Yeah, so did that program, did I share that with y'all accurately? How you write a program to change any behavior that you have? Can you use that as an example for any behavior? You cannot forgive without doing good by whoever wronged you. No, I don't. I totally disagree with that. You don't have to do good by anybody. You just forgive whatever it was they did or said. You don't need anything else. Just forgive them. That's it. Hey, Honda Accord. Shells, you remember Honda Accord, I know. Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you for the subscription, y'all. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. I need 1,000 subscribers in order to get guests to come up. I think that is correct. Okay. So now, that is the way you write a program. Hopefully y'all can. Oh, wonderful! I'm glad you found me. Hopefully y'all can use that as an example. You can take it and put it on any behavior that you have that you want to change. Like I told you, you cannot change other people's behaviors. So don't even try. Work on yourself. And the part about it too, yeah, is when you are trying to change somebody else's behavior, don't you know that they are looking at you? They are looking at you and wondering how come you don't work on changing your own behavior. And they have a right to, because we all have things that we can be working on. Don't think you're perfect. Okay? So you can be working on all kinds of things to correct yourself, to make yourself grow. Okay? Ask the people that you care about. And now ask them to be honest. That's the best way. I ask people all the time, do I do anything that really you can't tolerate or that really gets under your skin or really gets on your nerve? Yeah. So no, you don't have to prove anything. Just forgive. That's all. That's what I say. Don't make your life more difficult than it has to be. All you got to do is forgive. You don't need proof of anything. You just forgive whomever it was for whatever they did. And then you have an open path to a positive attitude. So now, people in your life probably do things that disturb your peace. And it's usually your family. Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. You see? Nobody should. That includes your mama. Yes. Always. Just forgive is the name of the game. But that frees your soul. It frees your spirit. Don't carry grudges. Don't carry resentment. I am always too blessed to be stressed. Always. Too blessed to be stressed. If I open my eyes, I'm too blessed to be stressed. A lot of people didn't open their eyes today. So now, like I was saying, anybody who's disturbing your peace is usually somebody in your family. No, Spirit came to me in the month of June and said, there is such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? I never heard of outer peace. Have any of you ever heard of outer peace? I know inner peace, but I never heard of outer peace. Spirit came to me in the month of June and said this to me. There is such a thing as outer peace. So, Spirit explained it too. Inner peace can never be destroyed. Inner peace can never be disturbed. Once you get it, but you must have a positive attitude. You must have a positive attitude in order to gain, in order to get inner peace. Outer peace, Spirit said, is different. Outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. I say this every live that I do. I use these two examples. If you are trying to sleep or if you are studying and you want quiet and somebody is making noises, either in the same room or downstairs or upstairs or across the street or down the hall, whatever. Now, there's even a law on the books disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people that are disturbing the peace. You see? So that is outer peace. Inner peace can never be destroyed, can never be disturbed. I have inner peace. Nothing makes me angry. I'll get pissed off, yeah, mildly so. I never get angry. It's not worth it. And I'm going to tell y'all how in pillar number 3. I'm still on pillar number 1, okay? So now, anybody disturbing your peace in your family, it's usually in your family. Here's the way you deal with that. You deal with everything with kindness and diplomacy. It'll make you feel a lot better because when you're angry, you don't feel so good either, okay? So now, family members that are disturbing your peace, here's what I suggest. You say, you know, I love y'all dearly. I truly do. I love y'all dearly. But when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. They are not obligated to change their behavior. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I do not read all these long comments. I can't afford it, the time. It takes a lot of time, so I can't afford it. So don't bother typing in a long line of comment. I'm not going to read it. Okay, I'm talking about the advice that I share. Okay, so now, you tell them they are not obligated to change their behavior. But you are obligated to tell them. And you tell them, but you can't cuss them out when you tell them that what they are doing or saying is disturbing your peace. You watch them after you tell them. And all of these things that I'm telling y'all take place after you write that program to say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? So, when you tell them that, you give them enough time to change their behavior if they're going to change it. But if you notice that they don't change their behavior, then you can come back to them and say words to this effect. No, family, I love y'all dearly, but I told y'all when y'all do such and such or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still doing it. Y'all are still saying it. That leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. Good night, Stan. I must protect my peace. So I give y'all 3 options. Option number 1, I have to feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 2, I have to love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You are perfectly within your rights to do just that. So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, again, this is all after you make that program, write that program, and that program states, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That's all you have to say. Now, here is your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are coming in, getting your peace disturbed. You tell your peace, or when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Some mamas would say, what peace? You ain't got no peace. Like stuff like that. Yeah. That's mama, so leave her alone. But when you wrote that program, when you said that out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, that raised your frequency. That raised your vibration. You raised it. You raised your vibration. You raised your frequency by making that program, writing that program. You are now up here. Your mama is still down here doing her thing, but you are up here. You are no longer on this frequency, on this vibration. You're up here. Did I explain that accurately? Do y'all understand that? Did I convey that from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I got 18 people on here. It's more than I normally get. This is only my 10th YouTube live, y'all. So I've done over 500 TikTok lives. Good, wonderful. Yeah, so and see, a lot of people try to get to you. Don't allow that to happen. You're very welcome, Loretta, and everybody else. So listen, y'all. You give people the power. Nobody can make you angry. Nobody can make you do anything. Listen, the words that come out of your mouth, you formed them in your mind before they came out of your mouth. Keep your mouth closed. They can't come out of your mouth. You understand? When you decided to hit that person with your fists, you and only you control the muscle that made you or that allowed you to do it. Keep that muscle still. Then you won't hit people. Keep your mouth closed. Then you won't, be angry with people. Think. Don't allow your emotions to control you. You are supposed to be in charge of your emotions. You see? So nobody makes you angry. Nobody makes you hit them. You control your muscles. You control the words coming out of your mouth. So be still and be quiet. That's the best bet. So don't allow people to somebody on my live said something about, no, lefty loonies don't. Those are labels. Don't fall into that mess. Those are human beings with different points of view. And a lot of them have been made to have different points of view because they are gullible. Don't be gullible. Think for yourself. Don't be a part of group think. No way. You're an individual. You're one closed unit. All of us are. Think for yourself. People use this word trigger. I don't have a trigger. Somebody on my live once said, I'm not a gun. So, no, I don't do politics. Black and Toasty, I'm gonna put you in timeout for 1 minute while you think about the fact. I do not do politics. I do not do religion. I can't stand either one. So I would love for you to stay and hear the advice that I share. So a lot of people say they have triggers. You don't have any triggers. You've been led to believe you got triggers. Don't do that. Oh yeah, I a whole lot more on YouTube than there were on TikTok. But I deal with these trolls. They don't bother me. It's a reflection on them. I feel sorry for trolls. I really do. That's a very sad existence. A very sad way to live your life. Enough for them. So now, nobody can trigger you. If you don't get anything else out of my life, stop saying that about somebody triggers you. Nobody triggers you. That's a bunch of BS. You give people the power. Oh yeah, I do. Not just today. I think there's a lot of trolls on YouTube. But trolls don't bother me. Trolls are the people who really need to listen to what I have to say. So now, don't allow people to trigger you. Don't even say that. Okay? Good morning, Stephen. So I hope that y'all will stop with this mess about triggers. Nothing. Don't give people the power. They can't make you angry. You make yourself, you decide to get angry. You decide however you're going to get. So stay in your lane, in your own core. Don't go outside of your core. So that's the safest place. So now, I told y'all about if your mama is disturbing your peace, you can't allow her to do that either. You got to protect your peace. Okay. Now, I think that's all pillar number one. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do that. If you decide, and it is a decision, it's a choice that you make to develop and maintain a positive attitude. And all you have to do is write the program. And all you have to do to write a program is to say it out loud. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Mean it from the bottom of your heart and put your feet on the path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Okay? So now, pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I'll tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. I always start with the toddlers, though. So if you're raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you'll want to hear this is how easy it is to teach them patience. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you the cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times, still using the timer. And stretch it to 10 minutes, or the timer all the way through. Stretch it to 10 minutes, do that several times, go all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And it's a wonderful thing to have a patient toddler, a patient 5-year-old, a patient human being, okay? So it's a wonderful thing. Excuse me. Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can tell your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel elapsed time, how to feel time. And I'm sure some of you, YouTube says I have 19 people on here. I'm sure some of you would be interested in, it's a very short, very fun exercise. And I'm going to show y'all. You need a piece of paper and something to write with. So excuse me while I drink some tea, and I'm going to be counting to 10 while I drink some tea. Excuse me. Ten seconds. Now, on that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now, whatever your time zone is. Then put the paper away, and sometime later, doesn't matter how much time, zoom in on the time that it is currently and try to guess how much time has passed. Try to guess what time it is at that present time. So do that several times during the course of every day. You won't need paper and something to write with after a while. I do it all day long. Get to the point where you can look at the clock and not jump at what time it is. You'll have some idea of what time it is. So can y'all use that exercise? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. And please be quick with y'all's responses. Come on, be quick with your responses, y'all. I'm going to go on while I wait for the responses to come in. Okay. Okay, good. Thanks, Honda Accord. Thank you. So now, if you are 10 years old or older, Oh, and I want to tell y'all about this book. If you are raising toddlers, this is the book for you. I totally recommend this book. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so this one, in Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. I have one for teenagers. That one is called The Vision, telling kids that they can make the world a better place. The link is in my profile. It's at goodshortbooks.com. Thanks, Shelster. See, she put it down there, goodshortbooks.com. But the link to the website is in my profile. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there in 9 different genres. Here are the genres: memoirs, parenting, that's the parenting book, Mother's Dozen, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Thank you, Clipper. So now me and my man have been together for 68 years, so you know I had to write a book on relationships. And that one is called The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. It's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes, and my man says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. And it's 64 pages, $9.99. Yes, I wrote 10 books, and I had no idea I was going to write 10 books. That's the way Spirit has moved in my life. I wrote my first book on purpose because I'm the oldest of 10. 10, Lord have mercy. I'm the oldest of 7. My mama. Yeah, I'm the oldest of 7, and I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. They did a fabulous job on no sibling rivalry ever. I adore all of my siblings, and so I wrote that book on purpose. Oh, thank you, Darth. Thank you. I wrote that book, but I had no idea that I was going to write 9 other books. It wasn't on my list of goals or things that I wanted to do. It was like Spirit stored the words in me, y'all, honest to goodness. The words, when I sat down to write these books, the words just poured out of me. Now, I am a retired executive assistant. So when at the height of my typing speed was probably around 85, 90 words a minute, so at the height of, but probably around 65 or 70 now. But I'm just saying that to say the words I don't write longhand. I think with the computer. We have a desktop computer. I don't do a laptop or anything. So I think the words come out and they go to my fingers and the keyboard. I'm thinking and typing as I think. That is the way that I write these books. I wrote these books. I wrote my last book in 2017. And that one is The Limitless Golden Rule, 21 Ways to Use the Golden Rule in Your Life. It's 43 pages, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. So go and check out the website, y'all. The books are flying off the shelves because people are coming onto my lives and they're learning about the books. So the books are all about, no, that's the last one that I've written. When Spirit moves me, all right, but Spirit has not moved me. I think 10 is enough. Okay. I had no idea I was going to write 10 books. I only wrote one on purpose. And the rest of them fly. The words flew out of my head into my hands and my fingers. So, okay. So now, and I tell y'all about patience because I talk about patience. I'm going to tell you how you're 10 years old or older. So I talk about patience because this book is 12 ingredients to raising a great kid. And the last one is patience. You see? Thank you, Darth. You made my day. So All right, now, if you're 10 years old or older, the way you teach yourself patience, the way you increase your own level of patience, you make yourself wait. And you write a program. You say it out loud. Here's what you say. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am increasing my level of patience. You see? And I don't care who's around you, you say that out loud. You get an opportunity to spread positivity because whomever is around you, they'll probably say, "Ooh, I'd like to know how you do that." You see? And then you can spread it around. You make yourself wait, especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it is something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. That is all you need to do. Yes, you do speak it into existence because when you hear it, when you hear yourself say it, you are going to be almost hell bent on getting it done. I shouldn't say hell bent, heaven bent. Or you're going to be focused on getting it done. You know, when you hear yourself say it, you're not going to make yourself out of a liar. Okay? So now, that's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power when you become angry, frustrated, aggravated. Don't do that to yourself. You cannot think clearly when you are like that. Now, Spirit gives me all these helpful hand visuals that I do. And this one that I do in pillar number 3 blew a lot of my viewers' minds when I did it the first time this year on a TikTok live. And I was talking about staying calm. Your neurons are like this. They're communicating with each other. They're gliding past each other. These are your neurons up in your brain. Spirit told me to use that helpful hand visual for staying calm. Spirit told me to use this helpful hand visual that I'm about to do right now for getting angry. Here's what Spirit told me. Look, when you are angry, this is what your neurons are doing, as opposed to when you are calm. You see the difference? You see? Spirit told me to look up what neurons do. Honest to goodness, here's my hand. I wouldn't lie to you. Spirit told me to look up what neurons do. So I looked it up. I Googled it. This is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That is why you cannot think straight when you're upset, angry, or whatever. That is why you cannot make good choices. That is why you cannot make good decisions. That is why, look, compute information. That's why you can't compute information accurately. Make decisions, produce memories, all of that stuff. So stay calm, y'all. Stay calm. The next time you get angry, think about your neurons should be doing this, not this. So the next time you get angry or feel yourself getting angry, think about your neurons. I've caused a lot of people to think about their neurons in my lives when I say that. So think about your neurons. Then pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars. The last one is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, any of that stuff. Oh, thank you. This is my gift, and I'm just sharing it with y'all. I'm 81 years old. I live this advice. I know that it works. So if it works for me, it can work for you. For real, all of y'all. I live it. Undifficult your life. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, here are the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, or any ugliness that's inside of you. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. No scenario lasts forever. No situation lasts forever. So if you are getting chewed out by your mama, or you're getting chewed out by your daddy or whomever, they cannot read your mind. Remember that. They can't read your mind. So get chewed out and be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or, this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. So you see, those 4 words will carry you through whatever ugliness you are in at that particular moment. This too shall pass. 5 minutes later, it probably 10 minutes, an hour, whatever, a day, whatever. But it's going to pass. Don't dwell on it. Don't be sopped in it, okay? So don't do that to yourself. And don't get angry. Don't allow people to rattle your chain. Don't allow situations to make you angry. Stay calm. There's power in that. You render yourself powerless when you become angry. Don't do that to yourself. I hope you want to be powerful. Stay calm. I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and I always shut my live down with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. It's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. Now I'm going to read y'all. No, I didn't remember. I don't remember that I coined this quote. And I didn't know I was coining a quote. But now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined, and I knew I was coining a quote. It was for a contest that I entered this quote. It was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. And I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. If you're 10 years old or older, you can use the advice that I share. Here's a quote that I coined, and I submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries, y'all. Over 5,000 entries. So I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So chase your dreams. Don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. Chase your dreams. Now, the way this book is formatted, oh, thank you, Darth. I've mixed up Darth and Mick. Thanks, Darth. Thank you. The book is formatted, it's 90 pages, 2 quotes per page. The quotes are done in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Now, I'm going to open up the floor to y'all. This is what's on page 90, the end. So y'all can throw out page numbers 6 to 89, and I got a couple more minutes. I'm going to read the 2 quotes on that page to give y'all a taste of what these quotes are all about. So give me some page numbers. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught. That quote is on page 11. So unless you want to hear that quote again. All right, page 15 for Southern. At the top of page 15, Sleep is a wonderful thing. You seldom wake up feeling as bad as the night before. At the bottom of page 15, if you create good ones, memories can warm your heart forever. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, Anna, page 23 for Anna. At the top of page 23, don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to task. At the bottom of page 23, to other people, we all are other people. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back up to the top quote. Don't think in terms of tasks to be done. Think in terms of time to devote to tasks. So instead of thinking, oh God, I got to go in here and clean up this kitchen and wash these dishes, think in terms of this. I hope y'all can use this. I'm going to take the next 30 minutes to see how much I can get done in this kitchen. You see? So one of three things will happen. Either you will be finished in 30 minutes, or you won't be finished in 30 minutes and you will keep going, or you won't be finished in 30 minutes and you'll stop. You see? So think in terms of time to devote to whatever it is you're going to do. All right, Darth, page 7, and then page 13, I'm going to be getting out of here. Thank y'all for joining my live. Page 7 for Darth. At the top of page 7, good human relations is the stuff from which peace is made. At the bottom of page 7, as long as you don't violate anyone else's rights or property and treat others fairly, you're doing okay. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 13, and then that's the last one I'm going to do. Anna, page 13. At the top of page 13, if you were on your deathbed, what would you wish you had or had not done? Do it or stop it now. At the bottom of page 13, your words can be like rose petals or razor blades. Can you live by those quotes, y'all? I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and thank you for the subscribers that I did get. My goal is to increase my number of subscribers. On TikTok, I had over 53,000. I was approaching 54,000 followers. So now I'm here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, that's good. Thanks, Honda. And I've got, I think it's 231 subscribers. So followers on TikTok is the same as subscribers on YouTube. Subscription is free here on YouTube. So subscribe, y'all. Yeah. If you like to read, there are 11 fabulous books at goodshortbooks.com. And the link is in my profile. And like I told y'all, the books are really flying off the shelves. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And please implement the 4 pillars in your life. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told y'all how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I told you exactly how you do that. But I started with the toddlers, and I told you how you increase or teach patience to a toddler. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. Don't do it to yourself. Strong, be powerful, stay calm. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, or whatever. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Thank you for joining my live. Come back on Monday. This is my last one for this week. Thank you again, and please subscribe. Thank y'all. Tell somebody, spread the word. You do the same. Thanks, Darth Mech. Okay, later, y'all.